Culture shock, culture shock. What to do? We're working on the idea of what to do when there is an element of culture shock, how to benefit from it, how to adjust oneself to culture shock. Some people, they see what's going on around them, and before long, they merge into all that is there before them. In other situations, some people cautiously analyze what is causing the shock, what is causing the difference in thinking and in behavior, and they adjust accordingly, or they throw out or accept. Listen to Paul's statement. This can be applied to situations of culture shock. Philippians 4 and verse 8. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. In every situation of life, this is royal rule. Think about those things. Focus on what seemed to be good, what seemed to be praiseworthy. When there is a shocking situation, turn up and try to analyze carefully before rejecting or accepting. I've been sharing a few of my culture shocks with you along the way, and I have a nice one I want to share with you today. It is not only bad things that will bring a shock, sometimes some good things, good happenings, good behavior, good way of living cause some shock, because that is not what you're accustomed to seeing around you. That's not what you're accustomed to hear. That is why it is important. It is necessary for one to analyze what is before one. After settling in the UK for a little while, I was amazed at the way the society was organized and orderly. Yes, organized and orderly. Everything seemed to move with precision, with order, with diligence, even when they were doing the wrong things. It was somewhat orderly and organized. Let me tell you some of what impressed me in the organized situation. Business places, if they say they would be open at 9 o'clock, you get there for 9 o'clock and they're ready for business. I've been to some other places and they say we open at 9. You get there at 9, they're not open. They open at 9:30 and they start to set up the machinery for business. And if you ask why, well, we have to set up for the day's program. Not so in the Britain or the UK that I moved in. If they say 9 o'clock, you get there 9 o'clock, it's open. If they say they open from Monday to Thursday, they open from Monday to Thursday. If they say from Sunday to Sunday, they are open from Sunday to Sunday. Very well organized, very well laid out. Then I notice When you use the bus or the train, which was the common way of traveling around because cars were not that plentiful. Everybody have a car, you have two cars to family, especially in the immigrant sector. No, it wasn't so. You use the bus or you use the train. When it is advertised that the train will leave the station at 12 o'clock, you better be there before 12 so that at 12 o'clock, when the train is ready to leave the station, you're on the train. They tell you that the bus will pass this stop at 12:30. You go 2 minutes late and you see the back of the bus. Very, very well organized. If there is a delay, they find a way to get out a message. Either they have an accident or the weather was extremely bad. Now, this is what surprised me very much because you have extremes in the weather there. And even when the snow was down, the fog was down, and the rain was down, 12 o'clock, and the bus is leaving. Then I notice that you go to these places, you go to get on the bus, you go to get on the train, you go to do anything, people would line up in a nice, neat way. No one pushing his or her way to hedging around to get in first. It was so orderly. Nobody have to come and say, were you the next? Were you the next? They just seem to fall in line and take their place. If you dare to push ahead, they would all give you sharp eyes and sometimes sharp tongues. You get in the line, you get in your place, you wait your turn, you get to the post office, you get to the bank, the lines are there. As you come, so you are served. And I enjoyed that very much. Those are the practices that, well, I was accustomed to some of those before in my humble individual way, but unfortunately, my society was not quite so. Then, when you get to work, the clocking in at work, you are to clock in for 7:30. So what do? You know that everybody couldn't clock in at 7:30, so you get there at a quarter to 7 or 20 to 7, and you clock in, and they know that you are there from 7 o'clock. It was amazing to see people just filing in a neat, orderly way. When I get to the libraries, order ruled the day. No chatting, chit-chatting, no one pulling this, pushing that. You see, it was a place to study, and it was so organized, so arranged, so very well lined out that you feel comfortable and you feel like you're to study. It was amazing. It was inspiring. It was elevating. Even their dogs seemed to be well organized and disciplined. If the dog would sniff around you, because you know their dogs like companionship, like friendship, then they would make a little whistle or something like that. Or they would ask you if you mind, if you're a dog lover, then you can let the dog sniff around. You are not, you say, no, no, no. And they're gone. Very orderly. Timing, and the execution of duties were very, very impressive, much different from the society I was leaving. They were very orderly. I've heard different interpretation of the orderliness there, of what it was doing to people, why they were so orderly, and so on. One of the ideas bounced off by some people is that it was a form of neat, nice slavery. You do what you're told. You do it as they want you to do it. I don't know that I could be a part of that thinking, because I find that the orderliness, the well organized society was of great benefit to me. Others believe that it would take away the individuality. You can't think for yourself. You can't plan for yourself. I don't know, again, if I could subscribe to all of that. But some say it was for progress. And I believe it was for progress. I find that when I know exactly what time this is happening, that is happening, I could make good, careful plans and adjust to what is there. I could do what I want to do, then get out to catch the bus. I could do what I want to do and be at a given place at a time. So I didn't find it oppressive. I didn't find it contributing to slavery. I found liberation. I find freedom in that orderliness. And believe it or not, it helped me a whole lot to develop in life, to develop intellectually, to develop socially, to develop materially, to develop spiritually. And I like this passage from Paul. It seems to bring the whole thing together. 1 Corinthians 14, verse 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. Orderliness help in every way. It help you to adjust in your time, what you do in a given time, how you do it, when you do it, where you do it, with whom you do it. Unfortunately, much of that has been changed. You see, the pressure in society, other people's culture seem to outstrip the culture that was there in those days. And you get there, you find some people at the bus stop or the train station. The train is coming, the bus is coming, they rush ahead and push themselves in. There's no one standing out to say, no, wait your turn. Unfortunately, some people who believe that it was contributing to slavery, lack of freedom, robbing people of their thinking, they seem to have prevailed in some area. And that nice, neat orderliness has given way to the pushing and shoving and being selfish. Be wise and prosper today. Organize your business. Budget your time. Have a fixed moment for different activities, and you will certainly prosper. Why not follow through and allow these hints to sink in so that you can be a good steward? you can be prosperous, you can be wealthy, and you can be rich. See you in my next video.